Okay, let's call again. You just saw the city of New York hang up on me, folks. So let's call again.
Hello, and thank you for calling 311 in New York City. We're here to help, but if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Thursday, alternate...
Let me hang up. Let's do it a third time. I'm trying to call about the fact that they're taking the fan away in the shelter. I'm doing it anonymously.
Hello, and thank you for calling 311 in New York City. We're here to help, but if this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Thursday, alternate side parking and parking meter rules are in effect. Tomorrow, Friday, alternate side parking and parking meter rules are in effect. To continue in English, please press 1. All other callers, please...
I just pressed 0. You'll notice it doesn't sound when I press 0 for some reason, so that's been tampered with.
Now, briefly tell me what I can help you with tonight. You can say things like, I left something in a taxi, or report a noisy neighbor. Go ahead.
They usually have this program to mention things that are referencing me. So notice I mentioned taxi. The first time it was birth certificate. And also it was about neighbor. I'm pressing 0. You notice that it doesn't sound.
I didn't get that. In a few words, tell me what
I'm pressing 0. You notice it didn't sound, but I did press 0.
A representative. Before I connect you,
it's on mute
tell
right
me
now.
a little about why you're calling. Using a brief phrase, tell me what I can help you with. Like, get a birth certificate. Go ahead. Please hold while I connect you. This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Thank you for calling 311. David speaking. How may I help you?
Yes, hi, David. I'm calling to find out, when it comes to the homeless shelters, is there a place that you can file like a complaint anonymously?
Okay, so you had a question about whether you can make an anonymous complaint about a homeless shelter?
Yeah.
And what type of complaint would it be?
It's more like a health-related complaint. The reason why is that there's a particular shelter, and unfortunately some of the people are complaining about the removal of a fan so that people are getting sick from the heat.
Okay, so are you a resident of the shelter?
No, but I know someone who is, and they're sick, and they're telling me that other people are getting sick because a fan has been removed, and they're not replacing the fan.
I see. Okay, well, yes, there is a way that you can make a complaint about a maintenance issue at a Department of Homeless Services homeless shelter. They do have a shelter complaint line.
I see, okay. It's not exactly maintenance, though, because the reason why is they were saying that there was a security officer who took the fan, and the men or people were saying, you know, hey, we need that fan, and they took it. And then later, when one of the men asked, are we going to get our fan back, they said, fuck off.
I see. Okay. Well, this is the information. If you have a complaint about a shelter, it is now. See, this is all worded for someone who's in a shelter. So if you have a complaint about your shelter, it is best if you discuss it with the staff at the shelter first. And if the complaint needs immediate attention, you should go to the security desk at the shelter.
But sir, that's I don't mean to cut you off, sir. Thank you so much, but that's exactly the point. The men, were waiting, and they decided to just wait, and maybe, the fan would be returned. But it was the security guard who took it. And when they go to them, it's been since about Sunday, I think it was, maybe Saturday, and people are getting very, very sick. One person has a fever right now, and it's really bad. And when they asked them, they didn't say anything because they were afraid to say anything, and they just thought, okay. But then when they asked, they're refusing to give it back.
Right. Okay. So So the way this complaint works, the hotline does accept anonymous complaints. So that is a possibility. So let's see here. Now we take these complaints here after hours. So let's see here.
Thank you. I'd like to just file it anonymously because, you know, they don't want any trouble, and neither do I. But at the same time, like I said, there are a lot of people getting sick.
Right. Okay. What's the address of the shelter?
I know I believe it's the Bedford Avenue shelter.
Okay.
They waited, you know, nobody wanted to complain. They waited, they did ask, and, you know, they just said, you know, to screw off, and they're not going to, you know, no one's going to replace it. And it's really scary because, you know, a lot of, like 60 people are suffering now.
Okay, so this fan was in the public area of the shelter?
You know, it was in the room where the people sleep. So that when they're sleeping on plastic, you know, like, and it's very hot. So there's no air conditioning at all inside. There's just the fan. So it's a very large area, and every area has its own fan. So about 60 people have one fan. And that one fan was taken. So the rest of the room, you know, it's a very huge place. Each, you know, section has a fan, but the section for maybe 60 people, that fan was taken since Sunday. And they've been getting very sick.
I see. Okay, you said it was taken by the security guard. Is that correct?
Yes, apparently the security guard felt very hot or something. Now, you know, you don't really have to say all of this. It's not really necessary. We're not trying to necessarily get anyone into any kind of situation. We're just trying to, but you do have somebody who's already got a fever, and other people are suffering because that fan was always there and it was taken and they're not replacing it. You know, it's a very, it's not a good situation because, you know, people are living there and they need that. It's very hot, and it's been, you know, they sleep there. So it's in the sleeping area. It's not like, you know, and so they just don't have it at night.
Right.
And you don't want anybody, you know, having an asthma attack or getting sick, and then, you know, it's going to be on the city because one person took the fan. Doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so was there a floor that a certain floor that this was on, or something, or anything?
Right. I mean, they'll know. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not because it's not. It's not safe. I'm sure that it's a violation because, you know, they have to at least make sure that, you know, that the people have some kind of circulation of air. And I'm just saying that there's already one person who's been sick for a couple of days ever since that fan has been missing.
I see.
So I don't know how many other people are sick, but I was told that, you know, a few of the people, you know, did try to you know, ask the security guard to please not take the fan, and, you know, and I guess he felt like he needed it, but you know, he never replaced it. So they shouldn't go and suffer, and one of them, like I said, is very sick now. So I'm just saying that that's not really good. It's discrimination. It's not right.
Okay, now, do you have the address of the shelter? Because that is necessary.
It's the, all I know is that it's the, I think it's the Bedford Avenue Armory.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's only one, and that's in Brooklyn.
Right. Okay.
So it's not like they necessarily have to know that it was, you know, the guard who took it or anything.
Right, okay.
It's just more important just to say that, you know, that fan has to be replaced. People are getting sick.
Right. Okay, well, what I typed in was there was a fan in the room where people sleep that was taken away and not replaced, and this is causing people to get sick from the heat.
Right, and they're just requesting that they replace it with the, you know, with the same or similar fan because it's been since about Sunday.
I see. Okay.
Maybe, like, I guess, what's today? Today is Thursday. Yeah, it's been about like 3-4 days, so maybe about Sunday or Monday.
Okay. Okay, so that's basically all the information that I'll need. So I'm going to submit this for you, and I'll just be able to let you know that it was successfully submitted.
Okay, what did you put, sir?
Okay, what I have here is the description of the issue, and I'll be glad to change it if you'd like. There was a fan in the room where people sleep that was taken away a few days ago and not replaced. This is causing people to get sick from the heat. They need the fan to be replaced.
Right, okay, yeah.
If you'd like me to change or add anything, I'll be glad to do that.
No, don't mention anything about the guard, that way.
No, there's nothing in there about the guard.
Okay, I think that's good enough, you know what I mean? Because hopefully they'll respond to that, because it's really scary, there's no air conditioning at all. There's no circulation about that fan.
I see. Okay, well, I'm going to submit this for you now. Okay, so the report has been successfully submitted. So,
Okay.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, can I get your name again? Was it David?
David, yes.
Okay, thank you, David. So it was submitted, right?
Yes, it was submitted successfully, and the information that we have here is that the City Shelter Repair Squad will assess issues within 24 hours and will work to fix the issue as soon as possible.
Okay. I didn't want it, the persons who were, suffering from that didn't really want it to be reported. But the thing is that they were waiting many days, and, when they asked, if they were going to get it back, they just told them to screw off. So, I just felt it was a very dangerous situation. Somebody could keel over and, have an asthma attack and die. So it's more, so I'm hopefully it'll be better.
Something that would be relatively easy for them to solve.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, David.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, sir. You've been great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling 311 and take care.
Okay. David, is there any way to follow that up at all anonymously?
Well, no. Unfortunately, the way I can give you a complaint number, but this particular type of complaint, complaint number.
Because I always heard that you can still get a complaint number. It's just that you won't get information with your information on it. You can see how to control it. You see how they just control this call. See that? I mean, do I make this stuff up, folks, or what? You just saw them control that call. He's supposed to give me a complaint number, but he didn't. When it's anonymous, it simply means that they're not going to get back to you. They won't know that you